we can agree with all these general aspects that, as Dr. Boggin explained to us, apply in different places of the world, but we can also imagine and speculate how different, we need a village, but there are villages and villages. And I think Dr. Kroik will bring us to one specific village to understand some aspects related to traditions and cultures that influence a lot caring and growing life. Please join us.
There, if you like it.
It's just
to the left and right, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, you can hear me well? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, la, la, yeah, la, la, yeah. Yeah, yeah, la, 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 yeah, la. Okay, my name is Åsa Virdi Kroik. I usually don't do this, but thank you for bringing up and bringing the yoik to me. Yeah, we do sometimes. It's a traditional yoik, yes. I will talk a little on my home area, where I worked as a municipality worker, trying to befriend two sides of the municipality, where the Sami people were neglected, although they were an important factor in the economy and in the life of the municipality. So I was hired, my best job ever, and that was before I took my PhD. Okay.
I think you need to point. Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah. And this is about where it is. I hope you're familiar with Sweden and Norway. And you can see the yellow part. This is parts of Sápmi, the Sami territory. And I'm from the south Sápmi, and you can see on the upper part of the yellow field, that's where I did this work. And as you can see, it's incredibly beautiful sometimes when it's a good weather. And I choose that picture for that. Okay, what I'm going to present is mostly based on the work I did with this incredible woman, Gunhild Joma, who is a Sami herself and has spent her life as a midwife. And she actually told me, yeah, I grew up here. And then I wanted to see the world, so I moved to the next village. But she did some extra tours as well, and definitely today when she can travel. Yeah, we had a good collaboration, and I decided that I wanted to give something to everybody, all ages in this project. And that included the dead and the unborn. And also, of course, the small children. Gunhild had an idea, and I had an idea, and that was to go to the elders that she knew. She could also speak South Sami fluently, and ask them for memories and stories about birth and childbirth. And sometimes I say, you will hear me say was about a tradition and sometimes is. And actually, there are some traditions that are sensitive to talk about, and some traditions that I don't know if they exist or not, and then I'm basing it on all documents. But a lot of this is about living memories, and it's not very long ago Yeah, I would love to give you the names. Like Skjöldvor Joma, and here we have Elias Torkelsson, Eli Kappfjell, Rolf Jonasson. Here is my father, now dead, Arne Jonasson, and Anna Granefjell. It's only a few of the people that we have been talking about this issue. Well, I'm also basing my work on a fantastic woman, a relative of mine. I don't know how, and we never found out how. Professor in religion in Stockholm University, Professor Louise Beckman, and she was my mentor during all my time in education as a student and as a doctoral student, informal, and she died just before I defended my dissertation, but she was with me spiritually, I would say. And we had lots of discussions, and she kept me on track, I can say. She wrote an article that is a bit famous among us about the divinities. She calls them divinities. I would call them spiritual beings. And we are stuck in the words, the terms, and it's difficult to find a way out of this. So I will try, we'll see where I end up calling them. But the spiritual beings are who created life. And there's mythology about this that she wrote down. The highest spiritual being, Ratien, created the life and gave it to his son, the Barnir, and Barnir took the life and flew around the sun, came back and gave the life to his wife, Matrachka. And Matrachka handed it over to one of her 3 daughters. That would be Sarachka, if it was going to be a girl, and if it was going to be a boy, it should go to Yuksachka. And Yuksachka, well, they are all depicted down here. The sacred drum. You will see her here with the bow. And Sarachka would be one of those. It comes probably from Sara, to divide, to open up. We love this in design today. So this is modern design of Sarachka, but it's all come from the past. But it's a very living tradition to depict these divinities or spiritual beings. Yeah. I should say something more about them. These Achkas was very close to the pregnant woman during pregnancy. And she received gifts to keep an eye on the woman and help her out. And they had their own space in the hut. And Uksachka was protecting the entrance, keeping evils out, and also protecting the child when the child started to walk. And these divinities were worshipped or greeted by everybody and given gifts on daily basis. Oh, what happened? I need a little up. Press too hard, I think. Yeah, thank you very much. Here we go. Okay, and now I have reasons to bring up another researcher, and that is Louisa Sjöberg. I took this beautiful picture not long ago when she received a prize for her dissertation on civic. And that she, in a translation, we have this translation problem again, could be blessings or ritual practices, often on daily basis, very simple ones, but very, very important. And Louisa Sjöberg is living in the central Sami area, and her research is based mostly on that kind of that area, but she has also used other sources. And yeah, and she brought up how important it was for the pregnant woman to be careful. And she should avoid to be scared and exposed to anger. I'm looking at you here, Barry. Because, yeah, and now I understand why. So there's an explanation. So there were precautions all the time for the pregnant woman. And she had the right to get help if possible. Yeah. Okay, I think I will go you through this very slowly. And this is what I want you to remember from the Sami studies and the Sami. The mother is never, ever alone. In dreams during her pregnancy, an ancestor came to her in the dreams claiming the child and doing that, and also claiming to be the protector of the child. And I can tell you my own story about my daughter. And there was, I had two dreams, but about ancestors. But one of them was an old relative who was defending me against my father, who that's usually not needed. We had a good relation, but he did. He stood up for me in something. And I decided to give my daughter a female version of the name. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there is some kind of reincarnation thinking, but we don't exactly know the relation between the ancestor and the child. That's something to go into later, maybe. But the Arkas was watching over the woman and the child before, during, and after pregnancy and birth. And I told you a bit about that. Here's another thing. Her extended family will help her, if not present, at the occasion when she gives birth. But they will be able to help her from a distance. And I think I have to give you another story. A friend of mine told us about that he had a newborn at home, and he had a lot of pain and was crying a lot. And he said to his wife that shouldn't call this man because he's known for being able to help. And she was a bit hesitant and said, well, no, we shouldn't bother him, and no. But eventually he did. And he called up and he spoke to the man and told him about the problem. And he responded, well, I'm not really sure that I can help you because your wife was so against calling me. Yeah. So we have those stories, and we also have healing from distances as well as in present. Yeah. Yeah, and finally, threads in this word and the other word, because we talk about this word and the other word. will be resisted through blessings that Louisa is telling us about. And that could be when, well, a lot of people in her area are Christians, so it could be just to call God's name, but there is something behind it. Yeah, and yeah, Sipnit could be also protection by having scissors very close to the child, for instance, or steel, or even the Bible, for instance. Yes. But I think we can come back to these issues, and this is basically what I wanted to tell you about. So you will have a little glimpse of the word where I have been in. Thank you very much.